know this topic is very sensitive, but we need to get into it. I've had so many women come to me and they're like, Lucky, this man is not satisfying me anymore. I don't feel anything, and I have a feeling that he's going through something, and I've been trying to help, but I just don't know how to tell him without, getting into his ego. How do I do it without hurting his feelings?
First and foremost, people need to learn that sexual communication is very key.
Yeah.
Very key in any relationship. So again, it's not about waiting for a problem to happen. Sexual communication should be something ongoing. What do I mean? Even when things are nice, talk about them. You understand, eh? Like, let it not be a one-off that we are waiting for something to happen and then talk about it, because that's where men usually get offended. They feel like, oh, so I've been doing zero all the time. No, you've been doing good, eh? It's just that there's a problem. So let's make communication
I think
I think like from the point where Lucky brings it up, like when a woman notices there's change or the curve is going down, which usually happens because of different reasons, health, age, finances. I think it's how you bring it out,
right?
Because one of the most important patterns of sexuality, you say it once, it will haunt someone for the rest of their life.
Especially for men, they can't
for
take
us,
that.
Men.
They can't take that.
So you as a woman, I think you first read the vibe, the energy. Don't talk about it in the act. What's wrong? But I think it's after, and it's not even that very moment. You're like, meanwhile, do you think we need help? Have you checked your pressure recently? Or we can go do a general checkup to see what's up. You're stressed, I know. It affects your manhood, but I think we can find help. How do you see we do that? Because the most important part of us men is that once that feels like you're not reaching, you've lost the woman.
And you know why? It's because I don't know what you do when you go for men conferences, and they're not that many. I don't know what men are doing when you go to meet the boys.
Exactly.
Because you're not opening up to each other. I, as a woman, may not understand you, but your fellow guy will understand you. And I think men need to start getting...
talk about transport money, which is not...
You need to get back into spaces where you have a fellow man and have in-depth conversations, which you do not. I know it's not a man thing, but it's about time you started, because you know what? Brian, you could be facing the same problem that your other brother is facing. And therefore, if you have conversations on it, it's very easy for you to actually seek the help you need. We need to start telling you now that it's okay. It is human nature
to have that.
It is human nature to first of all fall sick, and you can't handle such a... The body, it is a body. There's nothing you can do about it. It's human nature to not have a A game every day. Nobody expects that. So because it comes from your mental, if somebody already psychologically thinks that if you fail to erect, that is somehow, making you less of a man, there is nothing in the world your woman is going to say to make you feel otherwise. To make you feel otherwise. Let's get into those spaces. Since Brian, you always have these conferences.
I've had that incident before, and I realized that something was actually bothering that person.
Right.
So that day things were just standing and they failed immediately.
Okay.
So we left it. You have to also give the person space, time out. And the next morning the game was on.
But how do you leave it?
Because no, because you can... Let me tell you, when you're with your person, you can tell that something is bothering them.
Right. Yes.
And sometimes they just don't want to talk about it. Maybe they are trying to be in that space of, intimacy. Maybe Ghana. Kado, do something, hold the person.
Something different.
And next day, if it means talking about it, then talk about it the next day. After the next day, his Anu attacked me.
So you see,
the problem is
it's
just a one-off. But it's where you noticing
a trend.
A trend that is falling.
And it's consistent.
And it's consistently going down. You see, as men don't openly talk about these things. Even when they call me, they don't want to meet me like a therapist. Do you have something that fixes quick? Yet women come and we sit down and have a conversation about how to, make life better, eat these, go for exercise and work this out. Men like the quick fix mentality. So when a woman is finding it hard to communicate that to their man, we have a forum for men. There's a guy called Dr. Brian. It's actually Brian. It brings men and we talk about these things sexually. It is a lifestyle. You cannot just wake up in the morning and it goes down. No, there's been a trend following. You chose to probably take certain drinks, you chose a certain lifestyle. So it has been growing over a curve, and age is a factor. Men with their health is something that people don't pay attention to because they're shy to talk about it. One day I was talking to a group of men on Sunday actually, and this old man said, Mutabani, I want to know. Last time I almost sat on my ball because
because as we grow older, they start.
But also it's because I think you made them comfortable to talk.
Yeah, it's the age factor. So you as a woman, there's a time you realize if your man is getting to 40, 45 and above, expect something to go wrong. But also how you bring it up. There's a woman who looked at a guy like it was bad. The thing that, even it shrinks in size because the blood flow, people are diabetic, people have blood pressure.
Even if they don't,
they're on medication.
It's biology. Everything that is up will go down at some point.
Exactly.
It's just a matter of time.
It's a matter of time.
How you receive that
the
transition is what really matters as a couple.
And adjust to it.
Also put pressure on themselves. Because you see, old man, 60 plus, he's in love with a younger girl. What do you expect? They're going to put you in pressure.
Right.
If you're 60 plus and the 23-year-old, their libido is up there and they want rounds and rounds. So pressure is that. So you as a woman who actually seeks to help, women sometimes bring their men to me, but the way they do it is also very uncomfortable.
Right.
A couple came to me and said, Brian,
Imagine.
like this man looked at her. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's wrong.
But also why is your woman comfortable speaking like that to you?
Exactly.
People learn how to put boundaries in your relationship. The respect comes from somewhere. There's a reason as to why she would be that comfortable to talk about you like that in front of another man. So you have created this monster who is treating you. You shouldn't allow those treatments, whether woman or man. Let's have boundaries and let's stick to those boundaries. But for me, I'm saying, if you're in a relationship with a man and things change, and things are going to change because it happens to a woman too, especially we're looking at long-term partnerships, marriage and all of that. Ask him, it's okay to stop for a second and look at him lovingly and ask him, is there anything else I can do? Because it doesn't always have to be, like I've told you, people more similar to penetration, but there are certain things. So stop. Some people, they have things that they would love to do.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know how wives are. They don't want to try out things. Stop for a second, teach him and tell him, anything and if he tells you, I want you to go downtown, why not? Do that. Satisfy your man. It's a different kind of satisfaction. Maybe you may not get that satisfaction that you're looking for, but you know what? Satisfying your man too is satisfaction already. You have to put yourself in those spaces where satisfying your man is still a thing.
Thank you. Thank you for talking about satisfying your man. A lot of women actually put it on one side. My man has to keep satisfying me, me. Are you satisfying? Because a lot of women actually don't know sex.
Explain. Now he's being offensive.
No, he's not being. No,
Let's
he's
hear
right.
it. Let's hear it from him.
There's some women who think that it's about them all the time, and I always tell them there's nowhere where it's written that it's only one person to enjoy. You're both supposed to enjoy. But so if you don't put in the efforts, how do you think that you are going to get? There are people who want to just receive. He's right.
So explain. What do you mean that most women don't have? Yeah.
Some women, all they know is put the thing there. Put the microphone and put the hand sleep.
It's what she said, penetration, like
no,
you
not
believe so much.
But what I am actually trying to communicate here is when a man has his microphone set for you to speak, and you start speaking and whatever you're speaking is not making sense, it doesn't mean the microphone is faulty. Sometimes you also need to start speaking the language the microphone understands, and the listener or the audience will start doing a vibe. Women come to the stage where they're like, I think I am not wet because he doesn't know what to do. You also have to learn the place where I don't have to struggle 40 minutes to make you wet. You switch off. You also switch off. So sexually, for me, I believe when a man has problems, and you have problems too, you're going to start throwing points at each other.
You're on the defensive.
Or the defensive. So as a sex therapist, I'll tell you, there's a creation. Last time I told you about this story, remember? Like, you don't have to be on the same thing every time. You can stay at the roundabout, walk around the roundabout, come back, because you don't need a whole huge thing.
Yeah, so, it comes down to also other things. Sexual confidence. Most women is not knowing, but they don't have that sexual confidence.
Because
that's why they think.
Because you're told traditionally you are to receive.
So that sexual confidence is also very key. I think I've told you stories of where people keep telling you, oh, you know, when I remove my bra, my breast is falling this way. So you're going to put it how to enjoy?
To enjoy.
But
the beauty about it is the balls are also falling.